So children, today we will start chemical bonding. The second chapter, chemical bonding. So as you know previously that chemical bonding, by the definition we can say it is the sort of force of attraction between two or more atoms, two or more atoms of either, it will say either same kind or of different kind to form a molecule is known as chemical bonding. Previously in class 9 you must have seen that we have discussed that force of attraction between two or more atoms and to form a sort of molecule that is said to be the chemical bonding. And you also know about the reason that why the chemical bonding occurs. If we see the reason, the basic reason is that except the inert gas elements, rest all those elements are there, the atoms are, even though they are electrically stable but chemically unstable. Let us take an example like suppose sodium. In case of sodium, if we see the atomic number is 11, so which represents the electronic configuration, that is 281. But however here the number of protons 11 and number of electrons also 11, so therefore we can say that this sodium atom is electrically it is stable because number of positive charge and negative charge are same, but however chemically it is unstable. But at the same time, if we will see in case of neon, which is one sort of inert gas, in this case we will see the atomic number is 10 and so far as the electronic configuration is considered, that is 28. So in this case we can say that it is not only electrically stable but also chemically stable because it has the number of valence electron, that is 8, so therefore it has fulfilled the octet rule and therefore it is stable. Now in such cases if you will see that the difference between sodium and neon, sodium, since it is chemically unstable, so therefore it wants to be stable, whereas in case of neon it is chemically stable, so therefore it does not want to make the stable configuration. So sodium, similarly in case of the non-metals like chlorine, oxygen, etc., all these in these cases if you will see the electronic configuration and their atomic number, in such cases we find that they are electrically they are stable, positive and negative charges are same, but however chemically they are unstable. So that is why they want to be stable and for which there exists a force of attraction either between the same type of atoms or of different types of atoms. Now, so the reason is that to have the stable configuration, the atoms, those which are chemically unstable, they go for making the stable molecule by means of this force of attraction, which is a sort of chemical bonding. We have also seen in case of previous class that the types of chemical bond, if we see, basically the chemical bond are of two types, such as if we will see the types of chemical bond, we have also seen that the types electrovalent and covalent. Electrovalent or otherwise known as ionic bond, whereas in case of covalent, this again of different types that gradually we will discuss about that. But however, we have already discussed in the previous class in the previous class means in class 9, according to that syllabus, you have already known there are two different types of chemical bonds such as electrovalent or ionic, and another one is covalent bond. Now in this case, we have also discussed and we have also known that the chemical bond that may be possible due to the complete transfer of electrons, and which is otherwise known as your that electrovalent or ionic bond. And another one is that the sharing of electrons, that is your covalent. Now, in this case, we have seen that two different types of chemical bond are there. One is electrovalent, which can be done by complete transfer of electrons or otherwise called as the property of electrovalency. Similarly, sharing of electrons, or that is a sort of covalent bond, or the property is said to be the covalence. Now in such cases, we will find out that what are the factors which favors this type of bond. So, if we will see the factors, you might have known from your that periodic classification, factors such as one is your ionization potential. As you know that ionization potential, this is the sort of energy which is required. For releasing the electron. So the major factor, that is your ionization potential. Secondly, that the electron affinity, which is the property or which is the amount of the energy which is released whenever one electron or electrons will be accepted. And the third one, that is your electronegativity difference. So electronegativity difference. Now these are the major factors which affect to that of the types of bond. In this class we will discuss that how these three factors that will affect or that will favor the types of bond formation whenever there will be the formation of any sorts of covalent, means any sorts of chemical bond. Now, how will represent this? You have also seen that the chemical bonds that can be represented, a representation of chemical bond or chemical bonding. You have also seen that the chemical bonds can be represented in case of that the orbit structure or orbit model. This class we will see the representation of chemical bonds by electron dot model. So this we have already discussed in concept of previous classes like class 9, whereas this is the thing that we are going to discuss in this chapter. Now, elaborately we will discuss about that the electrovalent, covalent bond. So, if we see the electrovalent bond, now this is a sort of bond which will be formed by complete transfer of complete forms due to the complete transfer of electrons. Now, the electrons that cannot be transferred completely unless there will be some sort of favorable conditions. What are the favorable conditions? Number one, the favorable condition, that is your ionization energy. As you know, ionization energy or ionization potential. As you know that the less the ionization energy, the greater will be the ease of losing electrons. That means this favors to those of the metals, particularly in case of the metals, if M is a sort of metal, so in this case, metal by losing that electrons readily, in this case what happens? That since they have very less ionization energy, or they require very less amount of the energy to release the electrons, so therefore metals by losing their electrons easily, they form their cations, respective cations. Now in such cases, this is one thing, that the low ionization energy which favors to that of the releasing the electrons. The second factor, that is your electron affinity. As you know that the greater the electron affinity, greater electron affinity, greater will be the acceptance of electron, which is definitely required for those of the non-metals. So in case of the non-metals, from the periodic table, as you have already seen, that the non-metals particularly they have more electron affinity. In such cases, particularly the non-metal, by accepting that electron, because they are having high electron affinity, so by accepting the electron, that changes to that non-metallic but cation. Non-metallic anion. So in such cases what happens? That the greater electron affinity that favors low ionization, that favors to lose the electron, greater electron affinity that favors accepting the electron. But however, the most important factor, that is your electronegativity difference. Electronegativity difference. Electronegativity, as by the definition that you know, the tendency of accepting the electrons so as to form the chemical bond. So if we find out the larger the greater electronegativity difference, larger electronegativity difference, the stronger will be the bond. So therefore, these three factors that affect, or these three factors that favors the formation of electrovalent bond. So in such cases, the particularly the elements, those which are having very less ionization energy, they are the metals. Those which are having maximum or large electron affinity, so they are the non-metals. So therefore, in other words, we can say that the chemical bond, this type of chemical bond or electrovalent bond, that can be formed, electrovalent bond forms between metals and non-metals. So now children, that you must have understood that why that metals and non-metals they take part in case of that the electrovalent bond. This is because of these two things. The number one, that is the metals, they are having low ionization energy, so that is why they can release the electron. Non-metals, they have a high electron affinity, that is why they can accept the electron easily. And in between that metals and non-metals, you will see from the periodic classification, they are having a very wide or large difference in the electronegativity. So therefore, these three factors that favors the formation of electrovalent bond or ionic bond. Now let us take an example. For example, if we see magnesium chloride, so In this case, we are having magnesium, which is a sort of metal, whereas in case of chlorine, this is a sort of non-metal. Now here what happens, in case of magnesium, we will take magnesium as the atomic number is 12, electronic configuration is 282. So therefore, it can release 2 electrons, and by losing 2 electrons, it becomes magnesium 2 plus, that cation. On the other hand, if we see in case of the chlorine whose atomic number is 17 and electronic configuration is 287, has the capacity to accept only one electron to become stable. So in such cases, it will take 2 chlorine atoms, and if it will accept 2 electrons, those which are donated from that the magnesium, so in such cases we will be getting 2 Cl minus whose electronic configuration is 288. So in this case we can say that there is the formation of this anion, that is your chlorine ion, and here there is the formation of magnesium. So therefore, now between these two, those which are electrically unstable have opposite charges, there will be the force of attraction. So therefore, we will be getting finally Mg2 plus 2Cl minus. So in such cases, there is the formation of magnesium chloride, which is a sort of electrovalent bond. Now here, this can be represented, the entire system or entire process can be represented by electron dot structure. In case of electron dot structure, it is very important to represent that the electrons of two different atoms of elements in two different manner. If one is represented in dot, the other may be represented in cross, or in case of that one empty circle. So now consider in case of magnesium, whose number of valence electron is 2, so therefore this can be represented by Mg2, having 2 valence electrons. These dots that represent valence electron. Similarly, chlorine can be represented in case of cross, having the valence electron 7. So now what happens, that whenever this magnesium that will donate the electron, magnesium now donating the electron to chlorine, and at the same time another chlorine atom So, in such cases, one electron to the first chlorine, the another electron to this chlorine, and therefore we will be getting magnesium 2 plus 2 Cl. Now mark this clearly. I have represented this dot which has already transferred to that chlorine here. So therefore, there are 7 cross and 1 dot which represents already there is a transfer of electron from that magnesium to the chlorine, each chlorine atom, and therefore finally we are getting magnesium 2 plus 2 Cl minus. So MgCl2. Now in such cases what happens? That magnesium donates the electron to that chlorine, because magnesium have very less ionization energy, so that is why easily it can donate the electron. Chlorine on the other hand having greater electron affinity, and in these two cases the electronegativity difference is very wide, so that is why there is the formation of that electrically charged particles, and in between these two electrically charged dissimilar particles there is the force of attraction, and therefore there is the formation of magnesium chloride MgCl2. Similarly, in a similar manner we can also represent the different compounds like sodium chloride. Others which can be represented, that is sodium chloride, or NaCl, calcium oxide. In the similar manner they can be represented. So sodium chloride, calcium oxide, all these cases they are all are of the same type, that is electrovalent compound. And in this case we have to remember, since the electronegativity difference is quite large, so therefore the bond forms between magnesium and chlorine is a very strong bond. Similar manner sodium and chlorine or calcium and oxide, that is very strong. So easily they cannot be broken down. Now this is about your that the electrovalent compounds.